Hey everyone, this is Tad Richardson with NextHome Music City Realty and your chair for the Culture Committee. Today we're going to be talking to Scott Jones. Um, I had some information sent in about Scott, and it really highlighted and really told about uh, the person he is, how hard he works for the company. He's actually with NextHome Dynamic out of is it Freeport, Pennsylvania?
Yeah, Freeport. We're about 25 minutes north of Pittsburgh.
Okay, that's kind of what I had saw that you guys were about that distance. So, uh, congratulations first and foremost.
Thank you.
Know you work hard, and especially lately with the weather the way it is, and in the area that you're in can be quite challenging. So, I'm gonna go through some questions to ask you, and let's talk about a little bit about NextHome and about
Yeah,
yourself. How's that sound?
sounds good.
All right. So the first thing, tell us about you, and tell us about the how your business is going, and some of the things that all of us would like to know.
Sure. This is my 10th year now in business. I came on with Next Home second half of 23 with Heidi Powell and her office at Next Home Dynamic. Um, Business for me so far this year has been off to a good start. Somehow, I don't know exactly how, but I always tend to find myself being gravitated by buyers. I know most people like to really focus on the listing side, and like everyone, I love a listing too. Uh, but it just seems to be that my niche, if you will, is I seem to attract buyers, a lot of buyers, and I enjoy it. I enjoy being on the road. I enjoy, you know, broadening my horizons of just my local direct neighborhood. So I enjoy it. Um, it's just fun. I like being on the road.
Well, before you got into real estate, tell me a little bit about what you did,
Sure.
and what how did you get in, and how did you find this field of work?
So before this, I worked for a company called ATI. It was a steel and specialty metal company that made steel products and so forth. I was there 12 years or so. Spent the last 10 plus years doing everything from scheduling to dispatching, and then my last five and a half, 6 years, I started working in our inside sales department and doing production planning for facilities all across the nation with our products. I did that until about 2015, and then the company had downsized the product lines and so forth that they were getting into. So I was temporarily out of work with them for a while. I've always had an interest in real estate. My family, unfortunately, has had some bad experiences. When I was a young child, with they were in a rent-to-own situation. So, I definitely could see the need even back then of what strong representation could be for folks. So when the career path was changing a little bit, I thought, you know what, this just you have the interest, you have the desire to do it, just go. So that's what I did. I walked away. Even when I got brought back later on, uh, I left the cushy 9 to 5,
Mhm.
and I told my wife, I said, "This is what I want to do," and she's been behind me the entire time, and no regrets, none whatsoever.
Yeah, this life is a little different. I came from kind of the same background, and when I decided to do real estate full time because I was part time, I would never look back. The way it's structured, the way that you can set your hours. Some are long, but other times you can set around the kids, and work around that. So I totally get that.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely, definitely. Like I have, three boys. My oldest boy has special needs, so it's nice being able to be here for them, especially in the mornings, get ready for school and so forth. And you know, you don't work a 9 to 5; you work just basically every other hour in between there. But it's the flexibility is definitely nice. It can be stressful at times too, because the hours will add up fast, especially when you're busy. So, but no, it's for myself and my family. It works out well.
That's awesome. So, what are some of your hobbies? What are some of the things that when you're not thinking or working real estate, I would imagine you spend a lot of time with the boys because they take a
Yeah,
lot of your time. But do you have time for a hobby, or do you or do
yeah,
you always share?
yeah, I have hobbies. I kind of work them in between, if you will. Um, I'm an active volunteer fireman. I got back into that here last year. I've been in emergency services, both as a professional and volunteer, going on 20 years. Um, my youngest son, he's real big into baseball. So, between his travel teams and coaching and so forth, I'm pretty busy with them as well. Uh, Basically, my hobby is just being with my family, doing different activities with my family, firefighting, helping community and stuff on the side whenever I can. Um, it's a need that's definitely out there, and when I can, I enjoy it.
Well, and that's one thing that was said. Actually, several things. That you do spend time with your family. You are dedicated to your family, but you're also dedicated to your community, and you help out. Your coworkers, co-agents. I should have to, say they think highly of you, and how you are a part of the office. Um, what made you decide to come to NextHome? What kind of attracted you to this orange dog in this orange world?
Sure. Um, well, little backstory. When I started in the business, I had started out with Heidi Powell, who anyone who has orange in them knows who Heidi Powell is. Uh,
Yeah, absolutely.
I started out with her whenever she owned the Remax brand, and I was there with her for a couple years. Um, I did not like the Remax core of how they did things. It just wasn't. I didn't like it. So I decided to make a change, and you get approached by so many different people in the business, and you get told all these great, wonderful things, and you find out pretty fast of what the truth is and what everything else is on the outside. Um, so I had been with a couple other brokerages since the last time I was with Heidi, and I had worked on a team with another brokerage and helped them grow the team. And I was training some of the new folks, just really encompassing that atmosphere, if you will. But I felt like part of me was missing, and I wanted to be closer to home too, because at that time our office had moved to another county, another town, which I serviced, but I always wanted to be close to my hometown. Um, so whenever I was deciding to make a change, I'm like, I gotta talk to Heidi. I have to, and we've always kept a great relationship from the very beginning. And one of the things I love about working with her is she'll tell you exactly how it is,
Yeah.
and just a great wealth of knowledge and so forth. So I'm like, when it was time for me to come back to being me in my hometown, there was no other questions about it. I didn't know much about the Next Home brand,
Mhm.
but I quickly learned and have really thoroughly enjoyed being a part of this brand, this company. It's just the natural human connection between everybody in this company. I find is second to none. I mean, I can speak with people from all over the nation, and it's like, oh, hey, you try this, or have you done this, or different marketing ideas and so forth, and even at conferences and so forth, having a conversation with people. Like it's just a genuine, great, positive vibe, energy that I love it. I just love being part of it.
Yeah, I think I totally agree with you on the culture. The culture is you know second to none. You can pick up the phone and you can call any office or anybody,
Yep,
an agent. You can call broker owner. You can call which was odd for me is calling member services and being able to talk to somebody right at the heart of the company. You can pick up the phone and call James or Keith or anyone, and they will pick up the phone and they will talk to you. And there's very few companies, especially in real estate, that will allow
absolutely.
you to do it. So
Yep,
uh,
absolutely.
I want to ask you, who was uh, somebody that you looked up to, that really was the person that helped you and influenced you, in your career and up to this time, who's been your biggest supporter?
Um, in the career, I'd have to say Heidi, honestly.
Hmm.
Just from starting out, um, even the time away, from working with her, like we've always had that great communication, and she's always been an advocate for helping and working with other agents on transactions and stuff. And I don't second guess her knowledge on anything, and it's just she's someone I really admire. I don't know where she gets the energy from half the time. I don't know, what kind of cappuccinos or whatever she's drinking, but I need to find some because she's just nonstop, go, go, go. Uh, but with her in the business, I would say she's probably one of my biggest influences within like the network of the company itself. I find myself following Jamie Downey quite a bit on social. Again, kind of the go getter, the positive vibes, the just nonstop,
Yeah.
nonstop, and it's always something positive, and I really appreciate that. Um, there's a lot of people that influence. I mean, I had my family and my pastor as a child, uh, the lessons he had taught me, and basically just taking care of the people and everything else to take care of themselves, and
Oh,
it's
absolutely. Um, so tell me something that a lot of people don't know about you. That's they would never guess that you're like, oh, that's interesting because we've heard. Let me tell you, I've heard some interesting things. So
I don't know if it would be interesting. I mean, I guess it would be on topic with real estate. I think I'm one of the few realtors, maybe ever, uh, to be part of an instant command on saving a home and a residence from a structure fire, and then being a listing agent to sell that home after it's been repaired within a year and a half later. So uh, it's kind of like my little. I know no one else in Freeport's done it, so
yeah.
I'll take that little claim. But I'm pretty straightforward, really. I mean, it's
Well,
nothing really left
there
behind.
is a question that I want to ask you too. With NextHome and everything that they've, with all the tools that you can use, what do you find has been probably the best tool, with everything that we have, out there? Because we do have a lot. What is your favorite thing to use?
My favorite tool would probably be Real Scout. I
Hmm.
just think it helps keep the connectivity with folks better than most. Again, like working with a lot of buyers, some of them, there's different chapters in their lives they're going through, and they're going to, need some time before they're ready to move on to different things. Um, but giving them that opportunity, that feedback to to see what they're liking, what they have in mind, and just keeping that communication up. I think it's a great tool for that, and it's been able to lead to smooth transactions because of this, just the constant communication. They can get back to you, ask you questions about certain things, about this listing or that, and I really like that tool. It's really useful in my business.
So, what has it been also your biggest challenge in our toolbox? So, what's the one you're like, oh Lord, I don't, or you don't use, what? And usually, a lot of times, people take a challenge and they don't fall through; they just don't use it. So, what would be something that you could, share with, everyone, just as feedback?
My biggest challenge, without a doubt, it's not so much even a tool. It's utilizing my mental block, if you will, to do more videos.
Okay.
I don't know what it is with myself and videos. I do not like doing them. I write scripts. I have all the stuff planned, and I just tense up. But I can speak to a room full of 1,000 people or whatever, and it doesn't bother me. But trying to put myself on video, uh, even the next home coaches and stuff, we've been working with that. So I don't know if it's so much of a tool; it's just a trait, if you will. But I'm working on it, and Heidi's going to hold me accountable with that too. So I'm
Well,
welcome.
and that is a huge challenge. So that was, and just so you know, that was a huge challenge for me too. And I just kept at it. I didn't like how I sounded. I didn't like how I looked. It's
Right.
a ton of things. You stutter or you do this, but you know what? That's you.
Yeah.
It's going to change, and so people love you for you. And so you may not get a whole lot of feedback on it, or it may go viral. Who knows? But I think just the idea of challenging yourself to that is I would agree is a challenge. You
Yeah.
know,
Yep.
is I used to, I my business partners over 30 years younger than I am. And I was just, he does a ton of videos everywhere. It took him a while. It's like, Tad, you got to do this.
Yeah.
And
It's
I found every excuse not to do it until I did it.
yeah. I've reached that point. I think I ran out of everything I could think of not to do it, and I've actually, I've realized that, and I've actually reached out to people to hold me accountable to make that change. So that is something I'm in the works with. I even have my youngest son help me do things on video displays and feeds, using Canva prints and so forth. It's something I'm overcoming. I'm getting there. I'm nowhere near where I want to be with that, but not so much of a tool initiative, but more of a uh, tool of the trade, if you will. That would be my hindrance right now. Would be
Well,
get
you
myself on
never,
video.
that might be your superpower and you just haven't tapped into it.
That's what I'm hoping for. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. That gives me a little more hope.
Well, I just wanted to thank you and so much for taking time to talk to me. I also want to congratulate you for being nominated, for the next homie of the month. It's awesome. You're fantastic to talk to. If you ever need anything, please reach out, to me. I'd be more than happy to help you with anything that you need. But thank you so much.
Thank you. Greatly
Yeah.
appreciate it. It's been an honor. Thank you very much.